Hi, I'm JH, and this video is the second part of my 2021 F1 driver rating coming to the summer break. If you haven't seen the first one, please check it out first. The following are the benchmark for my rating system that I will be implementing: S, exceeding expectation or prediction; A, as good as we expect or a little bit better; B, acceptable, should be better but we'll take it; C is below expectation; D, severely underperforming; E, don't deserve to be in F1. Please note that everything I said is based on facts and of course my own opinion. So without further ado, let's start the video. So continuing from the previous video, the next team that I'll be talking about is Ferrari. First driver is Charles Leclerc, the Monaco star and many predicted to be the next Ferrari world champion. So far he has been as good as expected, often finishing within the top 10 when there is no problem, even getting a second place finish at Silverstone. Personally, I think he is really consistent and the results are satisfactory for a Ferrari driver. I think he is as good as expected. For this, I'll give him an A. Before the season starts, I thought Ferrari would struggle to even get to the points finishing position. Thankfully, they seem to have a great bounce back season, which is nice. The next Ferrari driver is, of course, Carlos Sainz Jr. The Spanish driver has been impressive this season, scoring big points and 2 podiums for Ferrari. Throughout the season, he has shown a great pace and racecraft. As of summer break, he even got more points than Charles, and that's great. For this, I'll give him an A+. He's exceeding my expectation. Good for him. The next team is Williams, and the first driver is George Russell, the British wonder kid and Mr. Saturday. He often qualifies in high midfield position, but he seems to lack a racecraft to score points. Well, this season, he finally scored his maiden Williams F1 points, a P8 finish thanks to Kamikaze Bottas. Ironically, many predicted Russell will replace Bottas next season. Anyway, Russell performs as well as expected, sometimes even exceeding expectation. I think an A grade will be appropriate. Great job! So the next one is Nicholas Latifi. I gotta be honest here. At first, I thought he was just Mazepin with no controversy. Another paid driver that will came and go without achieving anything of note. Well, I'm glad I'm wrong. This season, he scored points for Williams, a P7 at Hungary. Although in other races, he often got outperformed by teammate George Russell, but still, in my opinion, he exceeds expectation. For this, I'll give him an A rating. Great job. So the next team is Alpine/Renault. The first one is Fernando Alonso. Former world champion Fernando Alonso made a comeback to F1 this season. Despite his old age, he still looked pretty good. For the majority of the races, he outperformed Akon and looks really consistent. The highlight of his season so far was when he held Hamilton at Hungary for 11 laps. That's really hard thing to do. For comparison, it took Hamilton just a few laps to get past Sainz that were in front of Alonso, and this shows that Alonso still got it. Great job so far. I think A would be appropriate. The next Alpine driver is, of course, Esteban Ocon. After getting a long-term contract, Ocon looks sloppy as hell. He got a low finishing positions and retirements, then suddenly Lady Luck shine on him and he wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mocking him. Ocon did a damn good job defending against a faster Vettel, but I'm grading him based on overall performance. And overall, he has been okay. To be honest, if it's not because of the race win, I'll give him a C grade. But in F1, results matter the most, so I'll give him a B due to the win. He needs to be more consistent. Next team is AlphaTauri. The first driver is of course Pierre Gasly. From demoted by Red Bull to a race winner, Gasly's F1 career has been a roller coaster. This season, he proved to be one of the top drivers by consistently finishing in points finishing positions and even getting a podium at Baku. Pierre looked great, and there are rumors that other teams are interested in him. For his consistency and performance, I'll give him an A+. He's much better than predicted. Good for him. The next driver is the Japanese rookie Yuki Sunoda. In the first stage of the season, the Japanese looks great, finishing P9 in his debut F1 race. However, after that, he seems to be struggling, often spinning and underperforming. Thankfully, as season went on, he seems to be more consistent, even finishing P6 at Hungary. For this, I'll give him a B-. He's still a rookie after all, but I'm a bit concerned about the amount of error that he made. Anyway, his performance is still not bad for a rookie. And the last team is, of course, Aston Martin Cockzinon. The first driver that we'll be talking about is none other than Sebastian Vettel. The former 4-time world champion seems struggling in the early rounds this season, not scoring any points in the first 4 races. Thankfully, after that, he seems to finally find his groove, even getting a P2 at Baku. He should have another P2 at Hungary, but the FIA have other plans. Vettel got disqualified due to a fuel sample failure, which is kinda sketchy, because his team said that they can prove that there is no regulation breach. Then again, the FIA ended up rejecting their appeal. Anyway, Vettel seems to regain his lost confidence when he was at Ferrari, and that's good. His performance is still not really top-notch, but I think it's acceptable. It's not easy adapting to a new team, especially one that's been nerfed by the FIA. For this, I'll give him a B rating. I think he still needs to be more consistent, and we all know what he can do when he has the right car. And last but not least is Lance Stroll. In my opinion, one of the most underrated driver on the grid. Many people hated him because he bought his way in, but in my opinion, he isn't a bad driver. He has a good pace and racecraft, not to mention he also seems to be really consistent, often performing as well as expected. Personally, I think he's an above average driver. He's performing as expected. For this, I'll give him a B rating. Nice job. Anyway, yeah, that's it for part 2 of this video. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please share, like and subscribe. See you in the next video, and yeah, have a nice day.